the best HLTV fantasy player we've had ever is Lucy.
A resounding success in stage 2 of EPL, top 6%. Doesn't get much better. Well, it does. If I maybe got one more booster, I could have got top 5%. But honestly, considering I went with Mal's here as kind of like a hedge bet, I think it worked out pretty well. Very happy with that. Looking ahead to the playoffs, I think that when you look at this immediately, everybody's mind jumps to Vitality Spirit, Grand Final. That's who you're going to draft, okay? And I think that 80% of teams are going to be double Vitality, double Spirit. And in fact, JKS is in like a third of drafts, right? Which means that a third of drafts are probably Rops, Apex, Shiro, Chopper, JKS. All right, if you've got that draft, I urge you to maybe reconsider because that's going to be in at least a quarter of drafts. So the best you can hope for, top 20, top 30. I think that you're better off looking at these other teams, right? Because we've got Na'Vi, Mongols, Maus, G2. If you pick players from them, even if it's only one, and they win their game, you probably stand to get more points from that than getting, JKS and chickening him out. And I think that that's the way to play here, to try and hedge a little into one of these teams. And who knows, maybe Na'Vi beat Vitality. Maybe Maus, G2 surprise. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think that falling into the double Spirit, double Vitality trap is maybe a mistake here just because everyone's going to be doing it. It's so obvious that I just can't help but feel that it's not the right play. So let's take a look at what could be the right play. I won't spend too much time on Spirit and Vitality because you're already drafting them. We know who's good. The only thing I will say is that I think that Chopper could be a red herring here. He's in, I think, 3/4 or even more drafts. And I think that that might make him a mistake, right? He's not been performing particularly great. And yeah, I think that getting someone as an alternative to him might be the better play to offset the amount of people that are drafting him. I want to prey on Chopper's downfall this event. That's what we're playing anti-Chopper because he's in so many drafts. I think that's going to be my approach. Compared to Apex, for instance, who's actually been fragging out, I think that, yeah, it's night and day, and I'd rather look elsewhere over Chopper. That's my only thought on these two teams. You know the rest are good. Na'Vi, I think, are a really interesting team here because they're the third favorite to win the whole thing. So I think if you're going Spirit, it might be better to look at Na'Vi over Vitality because the pricing is a bit better, pound for pound. And not many people are going to be going Na'Vi. They're not in the top draft. Alexi is really cheap compared to Apex, and that allows you to get, JL, and that's still cheaper than getting Robs, and that gives you money to then actually get a good 5th player. You could get a Maus or G2 player. So I actually think that that could be the way to go here, at least as an option if you're going Spirit, which almost everyone is. I don't think a ton of fire of the anti-Spirit draft. I think that, head-to-head, everything points to them losing that game. So I think you're better off looking elsewhere. G2 have not been looking solid. You've obviously got some serious star power. Monacy's been playing insane, but I don't even think they beat Maus, let alone Spirit. So yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, maybe they can beat Maus. Maybe the G2 believers will draft them, but I just think they're a little too expensive as an upset team. Mongols, if you don't think Na'Vi can do it, maybe you think Mongols can do it. Maybe you want to draft Donk and Mongols allow you to do that because Techno, Senzu, Mazinho, all insanely reasonable prices. That's your main Mongols take. I think Maus, brilliant pricing. Brolin is a reason he's one of the more draft players, and I think that he's probably a better alternative than JKS or Madja, just because Maus can actually win that opening game, which means you don't have to chicken out Brolin. You can actually get some booster activation on him and get some points from that game, potentially. But I also think Torji, Jimfa, Exertion, all really reasonable prices, and I think they could be sleeper players to pick up just to give yourself an edge over all the Spirit Vitality pickers. I don't think Liquid are the team to do it, and JKS is only here to chicken out, and I've already said I don't think chickening out is the way to go. So I think that, because this is an NPC city, because everyone is drafting the same goddamn drafts this event, try and think outside the box. I beg of you, do something that isn't Rops, Shiro, Apex, Chopper, JKS. Please. So anyway, I'm going Rops, Apex, but I'm not going double Spirit. I'm going to grab Zontix. I don't think many people are drafting Zontix, and I think he's better value than Magix. And he's always been good for me in the past, and he's a pretty good price, so I'm okay with him. But then the difference here, what I'm hoping will give me the edge over everyone else, is I'm going to go Maus. I'm going to go Brolin, and I'm going to go Torji, who had a really, really good stage 2. That's going to be my team. I know it might be crazy and this might absolutely not pan out. I'm hoping that even if Mal's bomb out, I can still scrape through with some points thanks to these three. But I needed to do something different. I could not stand going the same draft as everyone else. So Mal's are going to be my difference makers. They've done well for me so far. We'll see. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you think. And as always, good luck.